Hey y'all, Jamie here, proud 55-year-old trans woman from New Orleans. So, where last I left off. Yesterday was my birthday. Thank you to everyone who wished me happy birthday. It was very touching. Thank you very much. And I left off because I was being hunted down in the streets like a dirty dog for being a hussy. I was the other woman in a situation in a triangle. And when he went to leave her for me, Chili Pepper stabbed Walker in the side of his chest and collapsed his lung with a butcher knife. She proceeded to hunt me down through the French Quarter for about a week to 10 days after that while he was in the hospital. And, I mean, everywhere I went, she was hunting me. And people were telling me, girl, she was just here. You need to go. You need to go. Like, don't go over there. I just saw her there 5 minutes ago. Like, that kind of stuff. And it got to the point where one night, it was inevitable. I walked into Gregory's, which was, it's been the double play, it's been Gregory's, it's been a lot of stuff. So, yeah, I was in there and there she was, standing by the cigarette machine. And my heart sank. I knew that she was carrying around a large boning knife in the back waistband of her skirt. So obviously I was keeping my eyes on her hands. And she told me flat out, she said, listen, it's probably for the best that I had a little time to cool off. She said, it's also very lucky that I happen to have liked you before all of this. And she said, you know, in my own ways, I'm getting even with you without you even knowing it. And I was like, okay. And then she said, see, apparently she had seen a picture of my dad that was in my purse. And she seemed to think that she had hooked up with my dad in the late 60s in the French Quarter. And she just had it in her head that she could have been my stepmother. Now, do I believe that she had sex with my father in the 60s? Nah, I really don't. You know, look, I put nothing past any man, but I just don't believe that story. But it kept her from stabbing me. And, you know, I told her that I had developed feelings for Walker and that, you know, wasn't anything against her. It just was what it was. It happened. And yeah, so one night I had gone to work, and I was actually working at Fun Limited at this time. Remember, I bounced from Fun Limited to the Mile Mai to Papa Joe's to all over the place. And if I had a whim, honey, I'd walk down the street and 15 minutes later I was on a different stage. So my little sister Daphne knew that I was working at Fun Limited, and she came by the club to see me and brought with her her little boyfriend from high school. Yeah, she had a little boyfriend, a little Spanish boy from high school named Bucket. Bucket. As she brought Bucket by to meet me at the Fun Limited, you know, and so yeah, she introduces me to him, and I'm like, girl, what? He's a kid. Like, I mean, you know, I was a kid too, but still. And she thought he was just everything. And, you know, so he comes by like a couple of nights later. He comes by with all of his friends from high school. Whole big group, like 5 or 6 of them from his high school in Metairie. And they're all standing in the doorway watching me strip on stage. And I'm down to nothing but a G-string at this point. And I can hear him telling them, can you believe that's her fucking brother? Can you believe that's a boy? And all of the guys were like, no, that can't be. And Bucket was like, yeah, she's fine as fuck, huh? And I didn't really know what to make of it, you know? I mean, I certainly wasn't going to do anything with my sister's boyfriend, give me a break. But, You know, he started coming by and like trying to call me and stuff and she was living with me. Like, I'm sorry, it was just too devious, too much deviosity going on in this situation. And so yeah, Walker got out of the hospital. And when Walker got out of the hospital, he came over to see me, and we ended up spending a very, very passionate night together. And I tried begging him, like, look, we shouldn't be doing this. You just got out of the hospital. You can't be doing stuff like that. You know, you got to heal and take care of yourself. And he wasn't hearing it. As I've mentioned before on here, Walker had a sex drive that was ungodly. And anytime he was not inside of me, he was talking about getting inside of me, you know. And then he told me that he had to leave, that he was leaving me. After he banged my brains out, he told me he was leaving and that he was going home to his family in Mandeville. And if y'all want to know what happened next, you know the routine. Be here tomorrow and I will too. I love you all. I love you all for watching and commenting, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.